Yep, this is the traffic we know and love. Anybody from Massachusetts or someone who travels to the Cape definitely knows this traffic. I will sign on again and show you guys going over the bridge and the Cape Cod Canal. All right, you guys ready to go over the bridge with me? I don't really love going over the bridge, if I'm being truthful. It makes me a little bit anxious. But we are literally going at 2 to 3 miles an hour, so we will get a good view. Let's go over the bridge and get into a real vacation state of mind. We're going across the Bourne Bridge, which takes us right over the Cape Cod Canal. There's also the Sagamore Bridge, and it's really a roll of the dice as to which bridge you go over. Google Maps just happened to send us over the Bourne. Both bridges and the canal were built by the Army Corps of Engineers. Along both sides of the canal, there's a great bike path. But you don't only have to ride your bike. You could walk your dog or run. It's a great spot to watch all the cruise ships and tall ships and sailboats go through the canal too. Once you get across the bridge, you have to go through a rotary. Or you might want to call it a traffic circle or a roundabout. We had to go all the way around the circle, but luckily for us, people were in a great mood and letting us in. It's review time. Let's talk about Atlantic Oaks Campground in Eastham, Massachusetts. First, let's talk about camp stores, because this is one of the best ones that I've ever stayed at. If you need a gift for somebody, or if you just want a keepsake for yourself, they have it all, from t-shirts and sweatshirts, blankets, keychains, vinyl stickers, mugs, koozies, cute little signs to put in your trailer. They have it all. If they don't have it, you don't need it. They also have a great section of dog toys for your furry little friend. And maybe you forgot some basic grocery items. They have cold and they have shelf-stable items. If you forgot something for your kitchen, they probably have it, from fry pans to cooking utensils. Maybe you forgot shampoo or toothpaste. Guess what? They have that too. If you're camping in a tent and you need something for that, they have it here. They have buckets and tarps and air mattresses, but they also have RV essential items too. And they have a great candy counter for you or the kids. And what camp store isn't complete without a great little ice cream cooler? The store also sells boogie boards, beach umbrellas, camping chairs, beach chairs, buckets, shovels, anything you might need for the beach. They also sell blocks of ice, or if you need a bag of ice, they have that too. Right off the camp store is the community room. Maybe you want to play a board game or watch a movie on that big screen TV. Read a book on a rainy day. There's lots of pamphlets to tell you what's going on in the area. Hey, look at that neat checkerboard. That would be fun. There's 2 bathrooms right off the hall, plus a bonus laundry room, because there's a bigger one that you'll see in a little bit. The game room is clean, and it has a couple games like ping pong and air hockey. Fun fact, me and Jonathan love air hockey, and we're super competitive too. There's also a couple stand-up video games in the corner. One of my favorite things about this campground is the size of the campsites. These are big rig friendly, full hookup, pull through campsites. If that's not going to save a marriage or two, I don't know what will. Plus, it cuts down on the looky-loos watching you back up your rig. We've all been there, am I right? 30 or 50 amp service with water and sewer. Plus you get a picnic table and a fire ring. Lots of shade too. And the whole campground is one way. So you're not going to be holding up any traffic while you back up your rig. That's a big help right there. The campground definitely can accommodate all size rigs, from giant fifth wheels and Class A's to pop-ups and teardrops. Atlantic Oaks is a super walk-around friendly campground, and if you want to play bocce ball or horseshoes, they got you covered there too. Check out that tube slide. Man, if I was a little kid, I'd love that thing. Great big climbing set for the kids. Big tube slide, monkey bars, no swings, but both big kid and little kid friendly. Plus, it's covered in mulch, so no skin knees. Now, let's talk about our four-legged kids because their dog park is great. They have both an area for large dogs, what a cute girl, and small dogs. And if you forget your poop bags, they got you covered. Plus, there's fresh water if your dogs get thirsty. Lots of grass and plenty of shade to keep them cool in the hot dog days of summer. Bailey loved this dog park. Here's the big laundry room with 4 washers, 2 dryers, a place to fold your clothes, and even a bench to sit on while you wait. But the most important part is the machines are well maintained and clean, and that makes doing laundry at a campground that much better. Right off the laundry room is both a men's room and a women's room with 5 stalls and 4 sinks. Just behind the bathroom stalls are 6 individual shower stalls where you have room to go in, change your clothes, take your shower, and then get dressed. And because you're down the Cape, you might be coming back from the beach and you want to just rinse off some sand. They also have 3 outdoor showers as well. Super helpful. They have 2 different types of tent sites, primitive and ones with water and electricity. Guys, these campsites are huge. This is great space for tent camping. If you love to camp but don't have your own rig, there's 2 trailers on site that you can rent. If your dog prefers more of a natural walk, there's a great dog trail back behind the campground. And if you forget your waste bags, the campground's got you covered. So it's a win-win. This part may not be for everyone because if you don't live near the campground, it's not going to be really helpful. But they do offer storage for RVs and obviously boats. So that's helpful. Bike path? What's that? Oh yeah, the campground's right along the Cape Cod bike trail. So you can feel free to ride your bike right from your campsite and head on down the bike trail. A shaded, paved bike trail that goes all the way down to P-Town. So if you're a big bike rider, this might be right up your alley. Let's finish up this tour at our campsite. Plenty of room to spread out and lots of shade. What else can I tell you about this campground that I haven't already told you? Oh yeah, they have free cable TV. All you need is a coax cable. And the Wi-Fi was running really strong at 50 megs download while we were there. Atlantic Oaks Campground in Eastham, Massachusetts. Would definitely recommend this campground if you're in the area. And since we're at the Cape, let's check out the beach. We spent one afternoon down at Herring Cove Beach in Provincetown, which is part of the National Seashore. So if you have a National Parks Pass, you can get in for free. What we love about this beach is it's dog friendly. Here's Jonathan and Bailey enjoying some shade on the beach. Here we are watching high tide come in. Boy, did that tide come in quick. Our big beach got real small real quick. But it was a great way to spend the afternoon watching the tide and watching the ships out on the ocean. If you're anything like us, you love to catch a sunset while you're down the beach. And First Encounter Beach is probably one of the best beaches to do that from. However, this is Coast Guard Beach because Coast Guard Beach is dog friendly. And when we travel with Bailey, we love to be able to include her in all the fun things that we do. And look at this absolutely stunning sunset. It was so worth the wait. There was a storm earlier in the day, so watching the sun break through this cloud cover was just breathtaking. If you have a chance to catch a sunset on Cape Cod, you should absolutely make it happen. And just like vacation started, back over the bridge, over the canal. The only difference is this is the Sagamore. Vacation is over. Wah wah. Anyway, you should like and subscribe. See you later.